Yeah, up. Oh, up. Oh, no. Oh, we almost had it, Dad. That would have been a big one.
That's the sound of Las Vegas slot machines getting the better end of the odds. However, contrary to popular belief, analysts say projections show gaming revenue in Nevada has dropped 18% in the last 3 years. Financial analysts say Nevada's unemployment is the highest in the nation at 14%. Casino employees say there has been a lot of layoffs and downsizing in all of the departments, which has increased the unemployment rate. Experts say declining gaming revenues are reflective of customers' gambling habits. Executive casino host at Bally's in Paris Hotel and Casino, Jim Corzine, says the slow economy has caused people to cut back on expenses and gambling wages.
Notice that although we do have a pretty good body count, the quality of players is not what it was, and the frequency of their trips of the higher end players is not what it was. So some players coming in once a year instead of 2 or 3 times a year.
Corzine says even though visitation is up, more than 2% of the visitors who return to Vegas hold on to their cash a lot tighter. He also says Nevada's revenue is not as profitable with locals. To stabilize profits, casinos on the Strip have increased their player monitoring and promotional offers.
We love the bonuses.
Executive slot host at Bally's in Paris Hotel and Casino, Rocky Tancredi, says casinos send out promotional offers daily to pull in clients from the West Coast region like Utah, California, and Colorado.
What they're doing more now is more promotions for free room rates or cheaper room rates for people to bring them in by mass instead of just individual, because that brings in more money. Regardless of what they have to spend, they'd rather have volume now of people than just choice. So they're bringing in more players to give them benefits to come in.
A report by the Las Vegas Visitors and Convention Bureau says people in the U.S. are frequently driving to Vegas rather than flying in. Results show visitor volumes have increased, but players' spending patterns have not translated to a significant boost in revenue. The suffering wasn't just centered on the Las Vegas Strip. Casinos downtown saw revenues decline by 10% in 2009, while Boulder Strip casinos were down by 6% for the year. State economists say gaming revenue is stimulating growth from what they call a baccarat-based recovery. Baccarat is a particular game in select casinos that is played primarily by international high rollers from overseas like Asia.
Your turn to roll the dice.
All right, Deb. Woo! Doubles.
However, the downfall of Baccarat is that only a select amount of 100 gamblers stay and play at certain casinos on the Strip. Nevada's Gaming Control Board senior research analyst Michael Lawton says Baccarat has produced unseen record numbers in casino revenue.
That's going to be helping places like City Center, Venetian Palazzo, Wynn, MGM, Bellagio, Caesar's Palace, those kind of casinos, because not everyone offers that game and is able to attract that type of customer. So a Baccarat-based recovery doesn't necessarily help every casino and doesn't necessarily get a lot of people back to work.
Lawton says California visitors are the bread and butter for gaming revenue profits. He also says if players from California would come in and play the medium slot machine and table games, then a good balance would be set between Baccarat and the mass market. California resident and professional online poker player Henry Chong says his frequent trips to Vegas are because he is so profitable in the online poker industry.
I go to Vegas to have fun, actually. I go to Vegas to party. I like the pool parties. I like the clubs. I go there to vacation. I don't go there to gamble. But because they offer gamblers and people that play at their casinos a great rewards program to come back and get free rooms, then obviously I'm gambling because I want their promotions.
Nevada's state economists are predicting a 9.4% increase in gaming revenue by the year 2013. They say once the national economy surges, tourists will flock back to Las Vegas to gamble.
I think Vegas will always be there because whether or not the economy is in a recession, people love Vegas, and I love Vegas.
Luck could be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been. begin with luck be a lady tonight.
Sharona Aliar, KCSN News.